the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. Slow down, single file guys, single file, safety car, safety car.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Lay out Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Clapman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though. Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a lot of
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another Podium broadcast, should I say? AMF Dev Series, GT Dev Series, sponsored by RMS, Round 2, Season 7. We're at Monza tonight. I'm Steve. Joining me always, trusty sidekick Isaac. How you going, bud?
Yeah, I'm going good. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad, man. A bit tongue-tied there again, but hey, it happens.
Yeah, it always happens. So, it's been a wacky last week because we've finally got the patch. We've finally got the ability to bring in a 7th car. So the Audi has returned, and as far as I know, there are no Audis on the field tonight.
I know. Yeah, so we did bring the Audi back. I noticed that as well today. There's no Audis back on track today, so I think too many people are loving this Beamer mate, So we'll see what happens tonight. The mate took it out yesterday, last week's race. So on its debut, so we'll definitely see what it brings today.
Yeah, and being the track that is the Autodromo Nazionale Monza, it may weigh
I'm
towards.
glad you can say that, because I can't.
Yeah.
All right, look, we're cutting it fine tonight, though, but we got in the server just on time, and it's 44 seconds as the boys are gridding, hopefully they're gridding. And, so we'll get to the grid for tonight's race. Steve Lattimore up in P1, Philip Morton out of P2, Chris Whittaker out of 3, Tyler Blackburn out of 4, Justin Morris out of 5th, Matt Morris out of 6th, Trent Thomas out of 7th, Craig Edwards out of 8th, Nathan Huffitz out of 9th, Dean Ross out of 10th, Dave Clements out of 11th, Ryan Jones out of 12th, 13 is Aaron Imbers, Hayden Benefield is 14th, Kenneth Ladder is 15th, Heath Brennan 16th, Mitchell Wiley is out of 17th, Matt Kidd is out of 18th, Jason Cozzy is out of 19th, Paul Wood out of 20th, 21st is Gary Cousins, and Ryan Colstead is the safety car driver.
Whew.
That's flat out.
Absolutely flat out. So there are 2 servers tonight. So we are broadcasting the top.
Look at that shot. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Love the sunset over the Italian skyline.
That's it.
And looking at all the cars, the Ferrari take out the top 4 spots. I think the Porsches also take the next 4, and then BMW for the 3. So it looks like the balance of performance is way towards Ferrari because it is it's its home country. Ferrari built and manufactured in Italy. So it may weigh in its favor of the 488s. We'll see how it goes because those Beamers at the moment, this season has a 100% success rate. So a lot of people will want to keep that success rate going. But in my opinion, I don't think that will be the case as this is the first Enduro for this season as well. Just add in there.
As we see things just pop up on the screen that shouldn't be there.
Hopefully it's not some antivirus.
No. It's me playing with buttons, that's all. As the pace car is off to the side, we are ready for lap 1 of a 90-minute Enduro of round 2 of the AMF GT Dev Series. Steve Lattimore's already broken out away from the field. But let's see if we can catch some action. Everyone chopping and changing. You see the GT3s in the background. Everyone hopefully will make it round the first corner nice and safely.
Knowing myself,
back they've done well. Gary Cousins just getting a bit wide. Now the GT3s are going to head through there. Let's see how they go. Pretty tight corner in Monza in turn 1. They've actually done really well. I will go through to the GT3 grid a little bit later on in the race. We won't pull it up straight away to give you boys some action to watch.
I'm actually quite surprised that a lot of people actually done pretty well for Rectifilio. That's the first corner as the GTEs are currently going through the 2. There's my corner! That's Trent Thomas! Oh! Was that Craig? It's just also hit Craig.
I don't know what's going on there. I think the safety car's going to come out. We need to go directly to an instant replay on this. On board with Trent Thomas. Let's see what happens here.
No safety car needed.
Oh, that is unlucky. Trent Thomas couldn't avoid it. It was not his fault.
I think they're former teammates as well, just to add.
That is unlucky. First lap, not your fault. Second corner, and someone takes it like that. All right.
And that's at Lesmo too. It's a relatively tight corner. It's a GTE field goes through. One of my favorite corners being Parabolica Bend.
Chris Whittaker's already taken the lead. Just as Stephen Lattimore's trying to fight back at it. These boys want to stamp their position real early.
Yeah.
Craig Edwards is already in the pit, so that's that from that crash.
Trying to get some...
I think that was a Matt Morris incident that touched the back of his car.
So yeah, Craig Edwards is in the pits. Got a bit of damage on his BMW.
Benefield just going a little bit wide in turn 1. Let's have a look. Let's go back to the GT3, see how these boys are doing. Don't forget about these guys. They might be in a different category, but they still know how to pedal.
There we go. There's number 987. That is Trent Thomas. Looks like he's just been given a possibly a penalty, but it hasn't. It's shown up on the iRacing text chat, but it hasn't shown up officially. So
we will see. Obviously, that is going to be a an issue. I don't think it was, to be honest, I don't think it was Trent's fault. He didn't move his car in that replay, so yeah.
Yeah, it must have been.
It was the Porsche that touched his rear end, made him spin into Craig Edwards. Unfortunate for all that's involved.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate. Shame that it's happened. But we're mainly getting all these cars are just line astern coming down Parabolica Bend. Same with the GT3s, all pretty close to each other. I think there's been a move done here by the FT1 car. Trying to see who it was. Damn it, I missed it. Looks like there's gonna be a pass done here with Hayden Benefield and Ryan Jones. Ryan's got the better move out coming into Retafilio, and he's gonna get the pass done easily. Boom, done.
Yeah, that was easily. It was like he was just let him pass there. He didn't want to put up a battle, especially on lap 3 that you wouldn't want to. So that was a good move from him. Not only that, Paul Wood's real close, a little bit further back as well. He's right on the back of Matt Kidd.
Yeah, he might get a pass done here at De La Rogier. No, he decides to...
But they're all definitely bunching up.
Yeah, they definitely are. I can see that, so...
You got to watch these curbs as well, especially in the Ferraris and the Porsches. Doesn't like it. Definitely when it drops back on the road, it just loads up the rears, lets it go, and you lose complete traction, 100%. And that's it. You're going to be eating wall.
Yeah. Whoa.
As we see someone go real wide.
I think that was Paul Wood in the BMW M8 is going to get passed now by Dean Ross in the Ford GT. Just lets him pass.
Well, let's quickly just jump up the front there with 1, 2, and 3. Philip Morton's only 0.2 of a second behind the back of Chris Whittaker. This is going to be some driving between these three at the moment.
They're teammates as well, so they probably don't want to make any drama. Dean Ross had a bit of an incident at Ascari, so... No. Whoa! There's a BMW that's just crashed, and I think that's Tyler Bowen in the BMW Z4. He had a little motor coming out of Ascari. Another car went loose. I think that was Scott Gamble in the Mercedes AMG. He got way out sideways, but managed just to keep it going. So good save there, but very unlucky there by Tyler Bowen. I don't think that was his incident at all.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that. That was just grass. That was grass into the wall, back onto the racing line. Everyone avoided it.
Yeah,
Good
good
drive.
job. Good drum by all.
As we just hear another smash that's happening in front of it's Ryan Smith, Heath Brennan.
Wow, really?
Let's try and get a replay real quick of that as we come back. Replay. Something's gone wrong down here. Oh, teammates!
It's disconnected right
No
there and
way.
then.
That was a teammate that hit him.
Oh no, you're
That
kidding
is
me.
the worst kind of accident you possibly could have.
That is so embarrassing.
It does happen. He was just a little bit late on the brakes there. As we look back on the fight, that what's going on, Philip Morton right on the back of Steve Lattimore.
Oh no!
As Steve Lattimore just spins it around.
Spins at parabolica. Oh, he hits Imbers. And Imbers goes way off.
And let's go
There's
for a
a
replay of that one too while we're at it.
I'm not going to be biased between the team leader, but I might get a little smack in the face from this, but I think that might be a penalty coming in the way of Lattimore.
He had to back up though. He had to. He didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
A Ferrari turning circle, you're going to do 16-point turn. You're going to get cleaned up if anyone comes around on the line there. As you can see, Steve Lattimore just jumping in the pits there, probably fast and preparing to get back on the track. Just as we see an AMG making a move back at the pack there.
Nathan Huppert's just got black flagged.
Ouch.
So, in the number 799.
Big
So he must have been-
battle pack back in the GT3s, along with Jesse Varley, Cameron Pryor, Mark Dial, Simon Lada. It's going off a little bit back of the pack here. I've got to
Craig
shout out
Edwards-
to these GT3 boys. I can't let them out of the broadcast tonight. They do an exceptional job every week in, week out, and we miss a lot of their fights because obviously the GTE battle is flat tack. But I'm just going to give these boys a little bit of a shout out. You know who you are. You all race really well every week. And yeah, we've got to try and cover you boys a little bit more.
Yeah. Looks like Craig Edwards just nearly had a moment with Cameron Pryor.
Yeah,
Both
he's been
BMWs.
storming through that pack, as we were just watching on the broadcast there. He was storming through that pack. I think he wants to try and get back up to there. He is driving that car aggressively. As you can see, that he just went really wide there, dropped it in the dirt. This is not Craig Edwards driving. I think he's a little bit furious, a little bit angry about the situation. Their team has 3 cars in incidents already, and it's only lap 6. So we'll see what happens. He will get back up there, no doubt. He is that kind of, he will get his mind back on the game. And yeah, we'll watch his lap times disintegrate in relative to everyone else's in the next couple of laps.
Jeez. Looks like the lead between Phil and Chris Whitaker, again, both teammates are just going out a little. But there's also another band of teammates coming in as well. That's Race on Oz, Justin Wallace and Tyler Blackburn. They're slowly catching up to Phil and Chris, so getting almost a bit of a war movie coming on here between these two teams. They're gonna duke at it and duke it to the death.
Well, that's it. Look, if you got your teammates running in races like this, you got to use them to your full ability. And it's awesome. It's always awesome to run in pairs with your teammates. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. As in this case, you know, you got F21 up the front, and you got, you know, Race on Oz. I'm not gonna say anything. Your team. You know, look at the shot of it. It's just brilliant running with your teammates and having that, even different cars as well. The Porsche versus the Ferrari. The Porsche's getting up there as well. So that's got to give commendation to the setup maker, as we see, and how level playing field this series is, because it is a fixed setup. So they're doing a good job. And yeah, my point exactly. I've already explained it. I'm not going to explain anymore.
Yeah, jeez.
He's got that road 100%. You got to watch them big curves, eh?
Hmm.
Because they'll hurt you. Let's jump back into P11. 11, 10, 9 is fighting here, but we have a lap car in the means of the fight. These are the closest battle that's going on mid-pack. As you can say, Mitchell Wiley's just going to pull out a little bit because he's got that gap with the Beamer.
Yeah, it's got to.
That's how it's done around here. Nice smooth moves around lap cars.
That's what you need. Need to be nice and smooth. Don't want to be making too much mistakes.
Look up the front here, even Tyler Blackburn as well. He's right on the back of his teammate. Who's going to give away? Justin? Is Justin going to give him the spot or what? Come on, inside knowledge here. You are Race on Oz. So give us a little bit of inside knowledge. Do you reckon he's going to give him the spot?
No.
No. You don't. You don't
I
want a Ferrari going around a Porsche, do you?
I legit have no idea. I've not spoken to these guys when they're. Well, I didn't speak to them about what their plans are for this race, so I can't confirm or deny if they're going to, if there's team orders going to be placed. I think it's just way too early to have team orders in a championship like this. So I reckon they're just going to play to what they want to, and if one of them makes a mistake, then yeah, they're going to do the pass. But I don't think they're just going to let them do the pass and just do it. I reckon Justin has that pace. I think both Justin and Tyler have the exact same pace over each other, but I think Justin at the moment could give them to these prancing horses. So it's just going to be trial by fire at the moment. Would Justin stay in his place, or will he let Tyler by? I have absolutely no idea.
Oh no, it comes down to the car as well. But look, it's an enduro race. So, look, obviously the Ferrari's going to get that aero help from the Porsche. That's fat ass, as I'd say. But I'm sorry, man. I'm a Ford lover. I'm a Porsche lover. So, look, I used to race the 488 a lot until the RSR came out, and then it was yeah, sorry, the Ferrari can go jump. So,
wow.
So when I run the AMF GT Dev series, I was in the Ferrari. So. Let's go jump to the YouTube chat for a sec and see what's going on in there. They're all being nice now. They're all kind of settling down, but Paul Wood is making a move on Jason Crosby. As he gets down inside there, will he make it stick as long as he doesn't bounce off the corners? That is a big car, isn't it? That Beamer.
It's so huge. Yeah, the BMW is such a huge car. It's much bigger compared to the rest of the cars that we that the GTE field has. So even though it is slightly wider than all the other cars, I think the width.
Chris Whittaker just did the fastest lap, 144.395 on lap 9. That is an automatic thing that shows up on the screen, by the way. Whoever sets the fastest lap. Look at this. He is right on him, Paul Wood. Oh, just as Jason jumps in the pit for his compulsory pit stop. There's actually 2 in this race. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and one of them will be a compulsory tyre change as far as
Hayden Benefield making a move.
it gets it done at Rectifilio.
Yeah, on the Castrol Beamer mate. Mate. I don't know, it sounds better that way. It probably doesn't. It probably sounds real cringy, but hey, I'm saying it anyway. All right, yeah. Steve Lattimore up the back of Ryan Jones. Obviously, that's team boss. Up the back of not a boss. So we'll see what happens here. He'd be like, mate, do you want to get kicked from the team? Move.
Oh.
I'm not going to say that because Steve's not that kind of bloke. Right?
No.
No.
Okay, it's just it's trying to do the over-under at Parabolica.
Yeah, there's too many race on Oz cars in this race. I think we've got to start like limiting to 4 per team. No, we can. He's going to do it. You wouldn't want to hit him, would you?
No.
You seriously wouldn't want to hit the team boss. He'd be like stressing. Oh, and he did it anyway! Oh, no way! What's he doing? Oh, you're busted. You're out.
Busted. You're busted.
That is it. Talk about it. He'd be like, oh no. Hopefully them boys are in Discord, eh? Alright, let's jump back to first and second of the GT3s. Kobe Jones right at the back of Wayne, eh? He's been putting the pressure on him. We're watching the timesheets. I've got to give these GT3 guys a little bit more of a shout out.
I need some air. I'll be back.
There's got to be some comments in Discord about that one later on, definitely. And we caught it on broadcast, so you stuffed, mate. You're absolutely stuffed there. So yeah, we'll see what comes out of that. But look, GT3 blokes, they're going. Wayne Hewitt's up is front when I spit it out. Kobe Jones, Great Manafort, Simon Lardo, and Scott Gamble. Look, these boys are doing really well. They drive really well in these Beamers for some reason. They're always up the front. So I haven't drove one personally and competitively, but I drove one around Bathurst a couple of times trying to be an SVG, but yeah, failed miserably at the cutting. So they seem to do well with the setups that they produce in the AMF GT Dev Series. So we'll try and keep a watch on these guys. But if you scoot down the order, and let's go back into Scott Gamble, he's probably the next closest in the WPC concreting AMG. Mercedes at his 5th he's in, and he's going for 4th position. As I try and bring it up, he's the next closest in the GT3 battle, but they're pretty much spaced out at the moment. There has been a couple of pit stops, more GTEs than GT3s, if we look at it. Jesse Varley's still in the... Oh no, Jesse Varley's done a pit stop, but he's 1 lap down. We've got Cameron Pryor in the GT that's in the pits at the moment, or coming out of the pits, right behind Steve Lattimore. We've got Andrew Lang that's still... He's 2 laps down, unfortunately, in the AMG. So look, we've had a fair few pit stops at the moment so far. Craig Edwards is probably the fastest GTE getting caught up in that bingle. Not Lara. But he is between the leader and second of the GT3s. So that's probably going to give Kobe Jones a little bit of a disadvantage. Or a help,
I think,
whatever which way you want to look at it.
I think I might have hurt my throat.
Not screaming at Race on Oz stuff. Oh, you're typing like a madman possessed. Okay, let's jump up to Hayden Benefield in P10. He's looking on the back of Dean Ross. He's only 0.6 of a second behind him. And he's probably slowly closing that gap. The closest other gap that we have is in P4 for Justin Wallace. And then obviously Steve Lattimore's had that little touch up and he's went into the pits and done the job. Then we've got Tyler Blackburn in front of him for 1, 2, 3, 4. So as they usually do in the AMF GT Dev Series, I was about to say GT3 Dev Series. It's not, it's a GT Series. They start running a little bit too nice. And we'll even mention it in YouTube chat, not even like 5 minutes ago. For whoever's watching, we need, you know, race control to come and bring out a yellow flag so we can kind of like bunch these cars back up and see what's going on.
Yeah. I think I've kind of throat from laughing hysterically from that incident because I believe he actually did that.
Oh, he's busted. He's busted like custard.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at the weather
that-
while we're here. The track's 21 degrees. It's really cold. So these boys should be heating up the tyres and getting it going. So look, if you start with the tyre pressures, obviously few setups. But I'm pretty sure 100% if race control, because they're probably watching the broadcast, is it an option to change the tyre pressures mid-race? Is it?
That could be a possible
Because you can change certain things, obviously like brake bias, etc. Blah blah blah. I want to know if it is available to change tyre pressures during a race if it's fixed setup. Well, or this setup race. So that'll be interesting to know.
Yeah. Definitely is.
Fastest lap is still Chris Whittaker at lap 9. Chris, that's how you say your name. That's how you explain it, so don't bust me later. Oh, by the way, I think you got a message in YouTube chat before, Isaac.
Yeah.
Are you getting paid another $10, not to mention maths?
Oh. Don't get me tempted.
Hayden Veld.
Dang
Said
it,
it.
Hayden. No, I am not falling for your trick. I am not going to talk about maths. Even though it was really dramatic.
Oh, I just heard back from in the YouTube chat, I don't think you can change tyre pressures, Steve. So it'd be interesting to anyone that's in this race or crashed out of this race, unfortunately, to tell me what the tyre pressures are actually set at. It'd be interesting to know, because I don't jump in the cars. I should do.
Yeah.
As we see, a race on Oz have swapped positions. The fat ass Porsche is not in front of the fat front Ferrari. Oh, just as we see Justin just get that front right a little bit on the grass, and that's all. He got a little bit of curb because of that.
Yeah. There must have been a pass somewhere when I was when I had my when I was away from the screen. Something I didn't pick up.
No, it's all right. There's so much to watch over, so much to try and take in while you're broadcasting and commentating. So we'll let it go, but we'll go back to Dean Ross. That's only 0.2 of a second on the back of Mitchell, and to the best of my knowledge, Mitchell was in the YouTube chat before. Obviously, he's not now because he's driving a car with someone right behind him.
Right up his clacker. Here we go. There might be a pass.
I have been told a few boys watch the broadcast while they're racing. So if I say their name, so if I go through the whole entire field, do you reckon I'll put someone off? Oh, we got a car there. Aaron Invers.
Oh, hello. Aaron Invers.
What's going on there? Let's go for an instant replay. An RMS instant replay, should I say?
It must have been a
Porsches in their rear tyres. Don't like it.
and
All
that's
by himself, off the track. Didn't take anyone else.
Oh, thank God for
Unfortunate.
that. Ascari is a very, very interesting corner because a lot of people have had mistakes there, I included, so yeah.
As we're seeing this move.
Oh, the gap.
They've got a little bit of GT3 action in the way. Obviously, the field gets mixed up like you would not believe an endurance race. But these GT3 boys do know how to drive. While I'm talking about them, might as well bring it up on who is in pole or the top.
Phil
Wayne
Morton's
just went over the start-finish line. Kobe's still right behind him. As we focus on Mitchell Wiley and the Castrol Beamer. Maybe you boys need to go and send me your paints.
Yeah, I think Mitchell is part of the down under Thunder race team. So I wonder if Steven's done the skin for him. So I need that's something I need to catch up with them. If not, there might be something that I could do. But unfortunately, I don't have the Beamer at the moment, so I could do the skin, but I'll probably need external help from those guys to do it.
That's all right. They're pretty easy to do. It's just like the other Beamer, just bigger. It's like a Z4, but like the man's version.
It's actually speaking of the Z4, there's one right in front of them.
Yeah.
It does look like a Z4.
Kobe Jones in the Z4 while we're talking about it. Kobe Jones is right on the back of Wayne Hewitt for P1.
Yeah.
Shove Motorsports. I did check out his car. I thought it had damage. It's not. It's just the lighting.
Optical illusion. Love it.
Illusion.
So, for those who wants to know a bit more about the BMW, the M8 is a successor to the M6 GTL. The Z4 was replaced by, get this, the M6 GT3. So,
Oh, look at this side by side down the main straight. Dude,
Oh.
he's made the move. After how many laps has he
Who's
done
this?
it?
Oh, is this Kobe Jones on Wayne Hewlett?
Sure has.
Oh no, there's still one Stern.
No, it's fine. He's been waiting for the right move. He just got a good run out of there.
Yeah.
All right, Down Under the Thunder, just comment in YouTube chat. We'll have it to you next week's. Mate, get on it. Come on. Get your Photoshop skills going.
I don't know. Mine's been.
There's a few tutorials on YouTube if you need them. I know a
mean-
really good a YouTube site you can go look at.
I've been busy doing the converting some of the skins over to Assetto Corsa for the 2019 Super 2 series.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that, so we definitely need to start looking at that.
Yeah.
I've been hearing about a few things about what's going on with that. PC2
Yep.
kind of died a bit, but the ACC's pretty kicking off.
Yeah, the Assetto Corsa Classification.
Oh, you don't want to touch a Z4 with a Ferrari. That would have been, who was it? Hayden Benefield.
Hayden Benefield. He's got a bit of damage from that incident with
Jesse Varley. What are you doing, Jesse?
Another race on Oz teammate.
Like you're just taking out the field here, alright? Alright, but let's go up the front as Mitchell Wiley's showing his nose around the fort of Dave Clements.
I'm just gonna do a Toto Wolf and just bang my fist on the table. Damn you.
I don't know, but look, hey, it's not for sheep stations, so, you know, we'll...
That's a Scapy quote.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is a Scapy quote.
Oh, look at this. Mitchell Wiley making a move on Dave Clements up the inside.
Side by side, hard on the brakes at Rectifield.
Oh, the Beamer's not too happy about that.
At De La Rogier.
And that was so bad directing because I got the worst shot you could possibly get with it. But hey, you got the focus of what was happening.
Yeah.
It happened. Philip Morton still up the front. These two cars just cruising around FD1.
Just cruising around. Everything's fine.
17th stint. We've got Craig Edwards on a 15th stint. He's already pitted. So by the time the whole 10 cars in front of him pit, he'll probably be up the front. Hayden Betterfield's probably the closest battle in the top 10 of the GTEs. It's going to be interesting. Oh, as he goes wide, what's going on there? It's not the line I would take. But hey, I don't race.
Oop. A little bit of brakes locked there by Kenneth Latta.
Oh yeah, we have every car but the Beamer. Yeah, well message me, that's alright. If you want it, go sign it with me. You can go paint it if you want. Thanks to the stream. No one Energizer. Breed like rabbits, you ruse boys, from Stan in the YouTube chat. Probably.
Ah.
There's a fair few of them.
There are
I'm
a fair
sorry,
few
but
of us.
I'm sorry, and Steve Lattimore punches out some wicked paints, right? But I'll tell you now, the old Race on Oz car So when Oz would race and Oz was the sexiest car out. Now, no. He had the gold in it. It looked awesome. I still have that paint. Hey, I still love that paint. I don't run it obviously because I'm not in the team.
Ah.
Could you scroll through the field before the stops and show each car? I sure can, Energizer. Do you want to do that now? From the top of the field.
Yeah,
Philip Morton in P1 of the GTEs. Chris Whitaker in P2 of the GTEs. I'll do it slowly so you can see the cars. Alright, P3 we've got Tyler Blackburn in the GTEs. Then we have Justin Wallace. Alright, race on Oz. Then we have Kenneth Ladder in P5. Dean Ross in P6, only 6 seconds behind that. Dave Clements, 4 seconds behind him in P7. Then we have Hayden Benefield that's right up his rear bumper, should I say. And then behind him we have Mitchell Wiley that's right up his bumper. I dropped to 3.6 seconds behind. You'll have Paul Wood. And you can see Craig Edwards in the background right there, and the Beamer mate. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll go to, technically it's P12 would be the first GTE. It would be Kobe Jones. Grant Matterford in second. Scott Gamble. These are bad camera angles, hold on, let me change this. Then we have Simon Leiter in P4 at the GTEs, GT3s. Then P16 is Matt Kidd in a GTE. Then 17 is Mark Dahl in a GT3. Then we have Ryan Jones in P18 in a GTE. 19 Matt Morris. 20th Gary Cousins. 21st Jason Crosby. 22nd we have Nathan Huppert. 23rd in GT3 is Ben Arthur. Just getting mounted by one of the FT1 cars, making him a lap down. Wayne Hewitt in 24th. Steve Lattimore. That is in 25th. 26th Bradley Saunders in a GT3. Behind him is Jesse Varley in P9 in GT3, but 27 overall. 28th and 10th overall is Cameron Pryor, as you see him jump back in. Tyler Bowen, should I say. 29th. Aaron Invers is in the pits, followed by Andrew Lang. Heath Brennan, Trent Thomas, Sean Thompson is out of the race. So there you go. We went through the whole entire field for you, mate. I tried to do it slow, so you can have a gist of where everyone is. You guys rock. Yeah, we try to. So any other chat things, jump in YouTube, mate. It is broadcast live on YouTube and on Facebook on the AMF GT Dev Series Facebook page. So jump in the YouTube chat because I watched that one. Oh, as we see that Ford of Dave Clements just cock its leg up there. Not going to say what it looked like, but hey, it's a good battle and they're still going here with these two. As we go to the driver cam so you can see what he's doing inside the car and how close it is. What a shot it is when the twilight happens. It is beautiful because you see the headlights and stuff. But considering this is sunrise, you're not going to get the twilight.
That's what I'd say, it's probably sunrise.
Yeah, this race is sunrise, 30% track state at practice. Or you don't want to hit them little sausage. Oh, there you go, he just belts one. You're lucky we don't get punctures in iRacing yet.
Imagine that. Imagine getting punctures in iRacing.
Well, your tyres fail when you get to like, I think it's 90% plus. But it's undrivable at that point. So, you know, you can double stint tyres in enduro races and stuff if you're not pushing too hard, like 24 hours, 12 hours, and then 6-hour races. Even the VLNs, you can double stint tyres. But, yeah, it's definitely, you can't run tyres too much. Oh, this is going to make a move down the inside of this. This is going to be interesting. Dave comes going to back down and let him go there. That beam is huge. Look at the size of the thing.
Yeah, big mate coming through makes it done. I had a rectifilio. But
Well,
look at the
that's it,
crisscross. Dave Clements is probably going to try and go back at him. 2 wheels on the dirt coming into Della Rossi.
Well, he's not going to let it up. He's not going to let it go.
No, that's
He's
going
going
to
to get the inside line.
But
Oh my god,
Wiley
this is going to be fun.
Wiley will be in the better position into Della Rossi, but no, he actually backs out of it. And
Yeah,
lets-
but Benefield
Well,
as
that's
well.
fine.
He's overdrove it. He's gone for the crossover. The BM is going to
crisscross.
make the move on him. He already planned that before he went into that first corner of that S-band there.
That was so clever of Wiley. Just to let know that's going to be the case. And then just now it's in the lead coming out of Lesmo too. But looks like Dave is starting to get a little bit too impatient, and he wants to get him past as we come into Ascari corner. Here we go. Let's see how it goes. No, there's a bit of a gap forming, but Dave is now he's trying to look forward and looking back because Hayden Benefield is just about behind him.
As you can see with the onboard short, you can look at shot, should I say. You can see the fat R's to the Beamer in front, and you can see them Ferraris, 6 lights on the front, right behind that Ford. Nothing against anyone here, but I don't like the Fords.
Hayden's got pretty understeery and has lost a lot of spots.
Is he close enough? He's not close enough.
No, he won't be.
Oh, come on,
Not
mate. Dave, just hashtag send it. Worst comes to worst, we get a safety car.
Let's
Bunch
hope-
all you
let's-
boys back up again.
Yeah, let's hope that's not the case because that Dave is really wanting to get past Wiley now. He's getting really impatient. He's gonna try again at Della Roggier, I would believe so, but actually he stays behind Mitchell there, so that's pretty surprising.
He's jumping them curves and the cars don't like it. Hey, they're too stiff for that. These cars are just too stiff to jump curbs like that. You can get away with it in a V8, probably. You know, depends on your steering angle on exit, but yeah, prove me wrong.
That's all of them go a little wide at the exit of Lesmo too. All of them lose a bit of ground.
But this is the closest battle of the entire field. Okay, so
It is.
while we're sticking on this, just put it in that everyone is pretty much spaced out, but this fight that we have going on here, the closest battle to this is probably back down in 13th, 14th for GT3s. This is on board with Ryan Jones, and he's back in 13th position, the GT3s, and has Matt Morris right behind him, but they've got traffic, so yeah, well obviously Matt is GTE, so
That's a lot of traffic.
there's all the timing sheets. Dave Clements fight again. You've got to watch these pit stops though, because Craig Evans is now in 10th. Let's go down to Cameron Pryor, 8th and 9th in GT3s on the back of Jesse Varley. I've been watching the timesheets on this. He's been getting extremely close every lap.
Whoa, he's just made it pass on, I believe that was Cameron Pryor. No?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
He's just making time on him now. We've got Jason Cosby. Matt Morris, for some reason. Is he jumping around there? Where is he? Oh, he must have had it.
Whoa! Oh! Matt Morris was disconnected, but Jesse Varley and Cameron Pryor just got together at Lesmo 1.
I was just about to say something's gone down massively because the timing sheets are just gone off their face. Let's go back to a replay on that. Hopefully we can catch it.
That was... I don't think that was...
He's just Yeah, unlucky. Eating it, taking the wall, both of them pits.
Yeah, I don't think that was needed in my opinion. I think Cameron should have lifted.
Never lift, mate.
Hashtag never lift.
Never lift. Follow that.
Follow that rule and you'll be...
Ira, if you're watching the broadcast, never lift.
Oh boy. So Philip Morland's just done his gap.
4.7 seconds, 4.8 over Chris Whitaker.
And
I have to say Chris's name fast, otherwise I say Whittaker. So I have to say it really fast, like Whitaker.
Whitaker.
Yeah, Whitaker. Like you know, we said it a couple of broadcasts before. I'll get it mixed up with Wiki from Grant Matterford jumping down the order in the timesheet, so he would be in the pits taking his compulsory pit stop.
Cameron Price is going to
see what's going on. Scott Campbell's up front GT3s. Sorry, Isaac.
Cameron Price got a 25-second stop hold for the instant with Jesse Barley, so no surprise there.
Yeah, well, you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And whoever does the MFR paints, what's going on? Look, you're meant to have these big numbers on the side of this car. Where are they?
Well, it's a GT. Usually the GT car, so the numbers aren't usually as big as they are because they already are on the side of the car. So it's more of a.
It doesn't matter, just blend it in. Should be right. We'll get. You know, they have some nice V8 paints running around, mate. These boys, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say much. I got to be impartial. As you can see, the fight back and forth of fifth with Wayne Hewitt and Kobe Jones. These were the guys that were first and second, so obviously they've done their pit stops. And not only that, Wayne Hewitt had a 50.2 total lane time compared to Kobe Jones 2 seconds later. So that's put him back in that P2 spot of GT3s. So this is going to be the battle again. He's back in P2. So he's going to be fighting and pushing and waiting for that spot again. So I'm going to watch this fight ongoing now, because this is basically P1 and 2. As I was saying before, what was I saying before about the paints? These boys run really good paints. I can't be biased about it. The WPC V8 supercars run awesome paints. They look sick. You've got to agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They do stand out a lot.
Look at Wayne's in the Thursday broadcast of hard and fast. That's crazy.
Yeah, it looks so good. So good.
Team CMR might have something for him soon. Hashtag soon.
Hashtag soon.
Everything iRacing is hashtag soon. Look at him, he's right on his back. I gotta give it, mate, I really gotta say, so far in this race, as the 26 laps, I gotta give it to Kobe Jones for the driving, hey?
Yeah.
For the closeness of what's going on. If not, like, I understand, like, Justin Wallace being up the back of Tyler, and another one that's been driving really, really well tonight. But I got to give it to Kobe that he's just persistently on the back of that Beamer and he's not letting up and he hasn't hit him. And I'm going to touch wood. Sorry, Cobes.
Yeah.
Alright, so while these boys battle it out, let's go back up and give a look at... Well, everyone's like 6 seconds. 2, 1, 1 point. Hayden Benfield up Mitchell is probably the closest at 0.9 of a second, and that's P8, P9. Then going back, it goes back into P13, 14 with Jason Cozzy. Hopefully that's how you say your name, but your back of your Porsche doesn't look too nice. What's happened there? Is that just the angle I looked at it, or
possibly?
Yeah, he's been smacked up the back. He's been given a hurry along. Craig Edwards just completed his second compulsory pit stop, and he would be the only one, bar Stephen Lattimore, to do it. But he had an extremely long pit stop compared to Steve Lattimore's 8.5 seconds stopped. He had a 40.6 stop. But don't forget, Craig Edwards did have that smash.
So the repair must have taken longer than usual, and maybe Dave probably may have done a full pit stop by mistake. So added fuel, added tires, as well as repairs. So who really knows until Craig gets the official say on what has actually happened.
Everyone's chatting in the YouTube chat.
Getting a bit of.
So if you're watching the replay, if you're watching it live on Facebook, jump into YouTube, because we watch that more than Facebook, because 720p sucks. Right.
720p squad.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah, 720p sucks. So go watch the 1080p stuff. Yeah. Just watching this, just how they interact, I just want to show how these boys really pull it together in this race. Like, if you watch last season's broadcast, we were going through about how the series was and everything like that, but I think everyone that watches the broadcast kind of know about the series. And if you don't, get on Facebook, get on iRacing. Like, you can get codes for $5 for 3 months and have a crack at it, and you can definitely race in this race. So I've just got to jump back up the front here, because obviously we've had a change of lead, because Philip Morton's jumped into the pits and done his pit stops, and so is Justin Wallace. He's in the pits at the moment, but if you look at the Dean Ross battle, he's making a move up the inside on Kenneth Ladder, and this is for the lead of the race at the moment. So good on PRT for being up the front of this one.
Even though they are leaders at the moment, I think the effective race leader is still Philip Morton. So Wallace, Ladder, I think Wallace
it definitely will be Philip Morton because of the lead he had. But this is when the pit stops are going to happen. We've got Justin Wallace in, Hayden Benefield in. Yeah, a few guys have done their pit stops while I'm yapping my gums talking to you about the series. Mike Dials in the pits and just pulling back out in the GT3 Society car RRT, if I'm not corrected. Dean Ross is still owning the race at the moment. I've got to give him props to him. He's up the front, so I'll give him a little bit of air time or broadcast time for the PRT guys. It's pretty much, this is probably going to be the quiet time of the race until the next, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, until everyone does their compulsory pit stops and gets back on track. That's when we're going to start counting seconds and stuff like that. Stan just mentioning in YouTube chat that he's watching it on a phone. Give us a shout out if you think the overlays are too small. A few comments have been made. I just told people to wear glasses. I'd rather see more car than more little fandangle things on screens. But by all means, let me know if the camera angles are wrong, if the broadcasting is incorrect, or you want to see more. I'm here to please.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Honestly, I don't see a problem with it, but yeah, up to you guys. If you've got any suggestions, just leave us one in the comment section below, and
that's it.
We'll see how we go from there. So
one comment would probably be, tell Steve to stop messing everyone's names up.
Oh, that's not only you, Steve. It's me. I've been copying a lot from Hayden Veld.
Yeah,
Veld lately, because
he said it in chat before.
He's butchered my last. He's told me I've butchered his last name.
Well, not everyone can have easy last names. Like half of the names we have to pronounce, man. And no joke, everything's flat out behind the scenes. You see a broadcast and you think, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, no worries. You're following cars around a circuit. Yeah, come and sit in this seat. Try and broadcast and look at like 3 32-inch screens and trying to look at numbers and yeah, no, it's not easy. It hurts your neck by the end of it.
Yeah, it also goes right through your head. with all this crap that's up on the screen. It's like, what's this? What's this? Ah, my brain's fried. Oh, we got a bit of dirt flying there from, I think it was Latta.
Yeah, he went a bit wide there.
Bit of chunky
Also,
grass
lads,
there.
lads that are racing, right? We've got to get all your team names in these things. All the data points in the setup is loaded, so you need to put your team names through. Just as I saw Wayne Hewitt and Kobe Jones jump into the pits, both of them at the same time. Let me see if I can get a better camera angle on this, because I didn't think ahead and do it in the first place. Nope. No, that's a crap one too. Nope, that's a crap one. Yep.
So Kobe has gone on the jacks much earlier over Hewlett.
No, he has to drop. He has to drop and get out of there first.
Here we
So
go.
the orange one has to get out before the yellow one. Let's just make it simple.
Yeah. All flashing along like police lights. Oh, there we go. It's gone.
Oh, nice work. He has done it. All right, Stan, thanks for the feedback in the chat. The overlayer is still readable on my phone screen. That is awesome. Thanks for the heads up. I was going to add some timing stuff as well, but you can see on the top of the screen that what they are behind and stuff. Maybe the text might be a little bit small on the timing of where they are. We can look at that. So it's what you guys like. Plus the theme will probably change in about 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Yeah. Alright, so we only have a couple of cars out that hasn't done their compulsory pit stop yet. Simon Larder in P1 of the GT3s at the moment. He hasn't done his stop. He will be coming in. I would definitely say that he would be coming in. Not only that, Dean Ross, that's up front of the GTEs. I'd be surprised if he doesn't pull in now. Yeah, as we speak. Kenneth Ladder, he is stayed out. He's doing 31. He's only 31st lap. And then not only that, David Clements, as he pulls in the pits right now. How's that for timing screens? They make our job easy.
They definitely do.
I think Kenneth Ladder stayed out there just for the fact of, look, I led a lap. Take that, bitches.
Jeez, someone's keen.
Good on him, man. I did the same thing, I was first for one lap. Oh, as you just saw, Simon Larder just get a little bit touched up. Not only that, Jason Cozy behind him, taking him over him. That was a bit of a moment. So Simon should come in and pit, because he's the only car, bar Kenneth, that hasn't pitted yet.
They probably have to now, because I think the fuel might be starting to get pretty low. I think the tyres, depending on how you do it, is starting to get a little worn. I know you can double, maybe triple stint these tyres.
Yeah, they can do double stints on these tyres, especially with the weather that it is at the moment. I definitely think that you could double stint these tyres. And is he staying out? He's staying out.
He's staying out.
He wants a record here. Let's go to Kenneth Ladder, see if Kenneth pulls into the pits. There's no really close fights at the moment. The closest fight is probably 0.7 of a second, and that would be between Craig Edwards and Nathan Hupperts. And then he pulls into the pits. So Simon Larder, mate, I'll give you this. I'll put you on broadcast right now. You're the last person to stay out, and you will be coming in the pits, I bet, this time.
If he doesn't?
I don't know. Probably push him luck. We'll probably announce it that he's ran out of fuel.
Yeah. I don't think these cars... I don't think
Morton's in as well, because he's trying to do his second, and he's in second position. Dude, this is going to be the quickest stop of your life. Watch this.
Yeah, I think it's pushing it there.
No. Watch. He's going to be real quick.
Oh, there's a Porsche Wire Lesmo 1, and there's a Ford behind Lata in position number 2, the 755.
Oh, look at them all line up. This is where the run for the money is going to come. This is where it's going to be crazy as. because you have Chris right behind him as well. Alright, forget this. Let's go back to the racing while we're here. Philip? No. That was Chris.
Really?
Yeah, Chris got out in front. So, effectively, Chris is the race leader. Or will be.
Samala's in.
Then Craig Edwards. Philip Morton. Then Tyler Blackburn. Then Stephen Lattimore. Oh, this is going to be a hell of a fight.
Oh, it will be.
Alright, so while we have that moment, let's go on board with Chris and jump into an ad break while we have 5 seconds to do so.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. Slow down, single file guys, single file, safety car, safety car.
And we're back live. Welcome back. Just chuck up an ad break there on these longer races so we can refresh our drinks with our lovely RMS AMF GT Dev Series merchandise stubby cooler. Hit up Ryan if you'd like one. Also, Energizer. It's every Sunday, bud. We have a race and then we have a special event that's a what would you say, a 3-tier series? I don't know, a 3-discipline race on week 13. So check out AMF, Aussie Mixed and Fixed, should I say? I should stop saying AMF. Aussie Mixed and Fixed on Facebook, not only on this YouTube. I will post a link by the end of the video, mate, if you keep watching, that you can get in touch with all these lads. But don't forget, it's a development series as well, so be more than happy to jump on iRacing. These boys would, half of these boys in this race would be more than happy to teach us some tricks on the practice nights that they have twice a week. That was a mouthful and a half, trying to think about what I was trying to say. Justin Wallace is leading the race currently. Oh, but he's only on one pit stop. Stephen Lattimore's on 3. What are you doing, Steve? He's come back out the pits. He's probably like the crew chiefs. Like, you don't have enough fuel for the race. You know, let's go fill up 3 litres or something. Ryan Jones is right behind him. Let's see if these two are going to tangle again. What do you reckon, Isaac?
Oh, let's hope not.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Alright, let's run through the field once again. Alright, the GT3, Justin Wallace is up the front, but he's only made his 1 pit stop. Chris Whittaker in P2, and he's made his 2nd stop, so he will be the effective leader of the race very, very soon. Hayden Benefield is only half a second behind him, but he's only done 1 pit stop. Craig Edwards in P4, and he's done his 2 pit stops. Nathan Huppert's in 5th, but he's only done 1. Alright, so I'll get the GTE results off the screen and keep going through the field. Philip Morton's 0.6 of a second behind him, going round a Z4 that you'd buy your wife if she raced. He's in P6. Tyler Blackburn's in P7. He's done his 2 pit stops. Mitchell Wiley is in 8th. He's done his 1st. Dave Clements as well. He's only on 1 pit stop. Dean Ross, it goes back in P10. He's done his 2 pit stops, so he's good. Kenneth Latter, he's done his 2 as well. Matt Kidd in 12th. 2. Paul Wood in 13th. Steve Lattimore, unfortunately, he's done 3. Ryan Jones in 15th. He's done his 2. And rounding out the top 16 of the GTEs is Jason Cozzi. He's done his 2 as well. Let's jump back to the GT3s, and we have Scott Gamble still going out. He's done 1 pit stop. He's on his 6th lap, so he'll probably run it a little bit, probably to the end, I would say, and then just do a quick pit stop to make it his 2nd. Then we have Simon Lata in 2nd position of the GT3s. He's 1 lap down, and he's done 1 pit stop as well. Kobe Jones, he's done his 2, and he got around Wayne Hewitt, obviously jumping him in the pits. So that'll be the effective leaders of the GT3 class. Mark Dial is in 5th, and he's only done 1. Surprising, he's usually up the front. And he is in P5. He's only done his 1 stop, so hopefully he has to do another. Grant Mediford is in 6th in the GT3 class. He's done his 2 stops. Tyler Bowen is in 7th. He's done his 2 stops, so he's all good to the end. Bradley Saunders in P8 of the GT3s. Then we have, he's only done 1 stop, so Ben Arthur in P9. He's done his 2. Jesse Varley, P10, done 2. Cameron Pryor, and 11th, he's done his 2. Andrew Lang, he's done 3. And he's 3 laps down. In P12 of the GT3s, and the rest are DNS would be Gary Cousins, Matt Morris, Aaron Invers, Heath, Brennan, Trent Thomas, and Sean Thompson. That's very big names to see as a DNF, especially in this series. Unfortunate for them, lads. They are really names that you would see mid 5, I reckon. So Isaac, while I have a drink, you, by all means, you can commentate on the Nathan Huppert's fight here, because it's heating up.
Oh yeah, it definitely is starting to heat up for a little. Heat up. So looks like it's just trying to get past several different drivers, because he is currently in position number 7, and I believe he's a new addition to the FSR field. Recently, it was announced today. I'll just double check.
That's Fusion, isn't it? FSR?
Yeah, FSR. I believe that is the case. I am looking at these, trying to find the source. Yeah, there we go. It was announced today that Nathan Huppert will be joining Fusion Sim Racing. So yeah, this is one of their biggest signings for quite some time. So with his experience in the all the endurance categories as well as GT categories, this will definitely bring a bit of an advantage to a ever-expanding GT lineup that is of Fusion Sim Racing. And actually, speaking of Fusion Sim Racing and GT driving, the 3rd season of the Oceanic Endurance Championship will be coming out in the next 3 weeks. So, and the rulebook should be out very shortly. So make sure to sign up for the series, GT Leagues Australia. This is sort of like a feeder series to their Sprint Series Championship, the Sprint Series Australasia. So yeah, by all means, if you've got a team of maybe 3 or 4 people, give them a bit of get within one team, give them sign up and sign your life away, because you won't be disappointed with the tracks we'll be going to this season. They're mainly endurance tracks, so there'll be not a lot of tracks that not a lot of people would be familiar with, but the final round will be epic at the Circuit de la Sarre, Le Mans.
Just while you're saying that, I saw Chris Whittaker come up on a GT3 car going into the main straight, and I thought I'd give you the relative of the speed difference. It's only basically corner speed that you're going to have a difference between a GT3 and a GTE. As if you actually witnessed how close he was to that Beamer of that was Kobe, I think, coming down the main straight there. There's not much difference in it, but I think the corner speed is the biggest thing with these cars and getting out of corner. So if you know with the multi-class, especially on this track, it's interesting to see when you have to pass and when you choose, and that's what the biggest, I think, upset, I wouldn't say upset, I'd say probably the biggest hold up you're ever going to come is how your driving ability compares to whoever you're going to go lap. And with the Dev Series, these boys know how to move out the way. So, and you know, follow your race line. It's not like an iRacing official race where you pretty much, it's 50-50 red or black if you're going to go left or right. You know, these boys, you know, practice together, and obviously a lot of teams are involved. So they know how they move. You're pretty much safe in this. It's a good race to run. So I raced it for a couple of seasons, and all I can go on is what I did. So because I wasn't fast. I don't know.
Yeah.
Every time you saw Craig Edwards come behind you, you're like, fuck it, we're just gonna pull over. It's alright, I'm allowed to swear once.
You only live one.
Alright, look, we have no tight battles. The field is so mixed up, as we always see in these endurance races. Everything is so spaced out. Jesse Varley back in P10 in the GT3s onto the back of Bradley Saunders is probably the closest battle you're going to get out of the whole entire field. If not, Matt Kidd up in P11 on the back of P10 in GTEs is yeah, that's the next probably closest fight you'd get as well.
Yeah. Well, Craig Edwards has gone a little sideways, but I'm going to give a shout out to him. What a comeback that he is currently facing at the moment. I think he's done his both pit stops, and he's done it with ease. So he was involved in that, I think it was a lap 1 tangle between a couple of other drivers, put him down nearly a lap down, and now he's about to be, he's currently in the box seat to start battling with Chris Whittaker, which is not far in front of him, 1.7 seconds, and slowly reducing as they come into Parabolico Bend. So Craig Edwards now has a realistic chance of possibly passing Whittaker and continuing on the BMW.
Oh no, he's pulling into the pits.
Okay, I take everything back. I've taken everything.
The pits.
I've taken everything what I said back, and I'm just gonna stop talking for a sec. I'm actually, yeah, I'll be back.
Justin Wallace, only 0.3 of a second behind Philip Morton. This is the battle for second, third, and fourth with Tyler Blackburn, his teammate. Again, these boys going for it punch for punch all race. As you can see that the fat end of the Porsche is in front of the Ferrari. Oh, that was a bit tight on the brakes. Probably the camera angle. Both of these cars do not like it over curbs. Obviously the Ferrari having major understeer, and obviously the Porsche having major oversteer. A little bit of a touch on the grass and you are going to eat it. As we go back to Nathan Huppets just making the move. As we said, we watched the time. He was the quickest as he locks up the rears a little bit, but still gets the move done, should I say, on the RSR of Matt Kidd. But he's not letting it up. Matt Kidd is going to be on there as a white on rice. I had to say at least once this broadcast. As you can see him going nearly side by side. I don't think he has the exit speed, even though the Beamer mate had issues coming out of that corner. Oh, he's really stuffed it now. Or has he? No, he had to block. Or unintentionally, he didn't even know that, but he did block. But I swear to God that Matt Kidd would have jumped on the brakes then to stop going into the rear bar of that Beamer, and they've run wide, both of them. You can see that these boys are pushing hard to get this position. You always want to fight for that top 10. It doesn't matter where you are in a race. Let's just quickly jump back to Tyler Blackburn. He's still on the back of Justin Wallace's teammate within milliseconds of when they cross the line there. So obviously Tyler's really itching to get up the front there. As we wind down, it is 41 laps done of this race. It is a mammoth race. If you race one of the Enduros, it is not only mentally, but just to hold onto the car without changing anything, any settings whatsoever. You just have to do your two compulsory pit stops and get back out on track. It is definitely a feat in itself. And trust me, by this moment in time, probably another 10 minutes, we're going to start seeing these cars, commentary curse or not, you will see a couple of them slipping out, getting a little bit wide, just as you see Philip Morton going around at AMG as everything crashes at one point in time. Oh. Yeah, that's good old NBN for you, and you just see Jesse Farley.
Bang! Oh, no.
Take it out. That was coming back into the wrong moment of time.
Jones.
I will try and get a replay. I don't think internet everything crapped out at once, and I will see what we can do.
Unbelievable.
Oh, mate, it took out one of the FT1 cars as well. That was Kobe as well.
Unbelievable.
Everything just went wrong at one moment in time. The internet did not like itself. Thanks, NBN. You're awesome.
Thumbs up. 10 out of 10. Would use again.
You absolutely missed the biggest moment of this race from an NBN glitch. So that's awesome.
Wow.
Especially for who took it out. Even there, Tyler Blackburn taking the corner that you would not believe. Kobe Jones was involved in that. What a major upset. Jesse Varley. Crazy time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you actually see the timing screen that I'm looking at the moment, there is massive gaps between the whole entire field. Let's look at the top 5 in GTEs, for example. Chris Whitaker's, that's his current lap time. 8 seconds behind is Justin. Tyler Blackburn's 9 seconds behind him. 29 seconds Dave Clements, and Dean Ross is 33 seconds behind. These all have done their 2 pit stops, bar Dave Clements. So that's going to be interesting to see. He's going to drop down the field, probably still in the top 10 by the way it looks of the timing screens. Even GT3's Scott Gamble up the front and his current lap time 15 seconds behind is P2, 37 seconds behind is P3, Grant Matterford, and 40 seconds behind, and Kobe Jones, obviously 47 seconds behind. Absolutely dismal and absolutely spewing for him on that smash that happened. I don't know what happened there. The internet kind of just went its own way. I don't know. Too many kids on iPads. I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
But this is where it's going to start getting interesting. The closest fight we have is Matt Kidd on the back of Hayden Benefield at 0.7 of a second. So this is the closest fight that we do. This happens in Enduros. It's basically trying to catch who's going to slide next. Example of the last little accident that we saw that basically came back on track and smashed out other cars. This is what you're going to look at. Who can control the car the longest for the longest amount of time. Now the good thing is if you wait a little bit longer and then do your pit stop, like if you look at Scott Gamble in P1 of the GT3s, I think he's probably done it the right way. He's only done his one pit stop, but he has a good 23-second lead over P2. So if he does get in there and he really pushes hard now with what he's got, you still do your pit stop, you can still come out in a podium position with that kind of numbers. Because not only that, he's got a good 45 or 50 seconds on P3. So on a standard lap time, as he comes into the pits, you know, talk of the devil appears. If he comes into the pits, you know, you can do a really good quick stop, like a Simon Larder did it on 42 seconds. So I'll watch out where he comes back out on the track. Hopefully he'll probably get that 50 seconds and jump back out probably on P4, close to P3, and they could still get a podium because he's lasted out, and he will have the tyres not only to obviously end the race the last 12 minutes of it, but he'll have the grip for the last 10 minutes where other people in front of him are failing because they're pretty much on 14 and 15 lap stints. As we see Mike Dial, that's in P3 in the GT3s, he's came into the pits as well. That's going to be the same strategy as well, come out on fresh tyres and just push the end.
Kenneth Laird just had a bit of a bump with Cameron Pryor coming into Rettifilio.
That's lap cars there, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a little bit of bump and shove sometimes. That's what happens as long as you don't spin. Then obviously the GT3s are not going to feel that bad, even being the underclass of the race. Wayne Hewitt's still up front of the GT3 class. Unfortunately for Kobe Jones, they've had an awesome fight this entire race. You've seen what's been happening. You've seen it unfold. You've seen them chop positions. Just in the background there, you can see a Beamer just jumping some curbs and not liking it too much. But yeah, unfortunate for Kobe. He got caught up in some dramas and whatnot. Let's see what happens here, because I really Simon Vlada is out in P5. Kobe Jones is next in front of him, 3 seconds. But you've got the two, well, I don't know, Grant Matterford in P3 of the GT3s. Is on 14 lap old tyres. Scott Gamble, right, in P2 is on his first lap. He just pitted last lap. And Wayne Hewitt is on 15 lap old tyres. So Beamer's not going to be acting too nice for him, especially coming down to the last 10 minutes of the race. And while we do the last 10 minutes of the race, let's go through the whole entire field again, just so everyone knows. Look, the ticker is up the top. You can see where they are and what they are. But, hell, let's just go through them again. Chris Whitaker up front, Justin Wallace. We have Tyler Blackburn right behind him. Dave Clement behind it. Craig Edwards on a stormy move. Kenneth Latter. And 6th. Philip Morton, 7th with 3 pit stops. I missed that. There was a stop time of 1.4 seconds. Paul Wood in 8th. Nathan Huppets, 9th. Mitchell Wiley, 10th. Hayden Benefield in 11th. Matthew Kidd in 12th. Steve Lattimore in 13th. With a 0.6 seconds behind Matt Kidd. See how that's going to unfold because he caught up him pretty quick. Jason Cozzi rounds out P14 of the GTEs. Let's go back to Wayne Hewitt. P1 of the GT3. Scott Gamble in P2. Grant Matterford in P3. Let's go to a better view so you can see the cars. That's a better view. There you go. Kobe Jones in P4. Simon Latta in P5. Tyler Bowen out the back there, P6. Mark Dial, P7, pretty close. P8, Bradley Saunders. Cameron Pryor in P9. He's getting overtaken by P3 of the GT3s. Andrew Lang, P10. Ben Arthur in the pits, 7 laps down in P12. Mad stuff happening tonight. It has been a pretty calm race though. A few crashes here and there, but nothing too major. I think it's been one of the more full-on races for the Enduros. What do you reckon, Isaac?
Yeah, it actually is pretty full on. We had quite a few incidents here and there, but thankfully, all seem to have kind of calmed itself down at the moment. Chris Whitaker's got a 6.3 second gap over second place Justin Wallace. Carl Blackburn not far behind him in third, so Race on Norris 2, 3. Craig Edwards is currently in fifth. So he's jumped up.
They've all spaced out. Philip Morton's 1.1 behind. The closest, everything's in the seconds here. Nothing.
I think
killer.
I think we've entered a phase of processional racing where nothing interesting is happening. Everyone's just pacing at their own desire.
Yeah, well, let's go look at some stuff. While we can do it. Let's look at the weather.
Stuff is awesome.
Stuff is awesome. 22 degrees. Didn't even go up much. It should be like 45 degrees right now, and the cars will be sliding everywhere. But we're broadcasters, so we want that. We want everything to go wrong.
Yeah, it's in the morning, so the track would still be pretty cool.
Yeah, true. But look, let's crack around. Look, let's jump on Mitchell Wiley. It was in the YouTube chat at the start of the broadcast. Let's jump on board with him. Let's see as he wiggles around all this traffic and how everything looks from a driver's perspective. We still have 5 laps to run anyway, so
yeah.
Let's show the viewers what it looks like. At least most of the viewers are actually the people that race in this series, but if you don't know what iRacing is all about, it's the sickest racing simulator you can come across. Well, it's the only one, really. ACC might have graphics, but we have how the cars handle right. What's it called?
Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Yeah, that's the one. I can't say that. But yeah, it might have the graphics, but this one definitely has reality to it.
Yeah.
Who's that Momo car? That looked pretty cool. Whose car is that?
I have no idea.
It's Grant Manford's.
Ah.
Let's give a shout out for that paint. Look at that. Look at that.
In the Pulse
Look at
Racing
that.
car.
Yeah. Grant Manford's not Pulse Racing, is it?
Oh, it's saying PRT on my screen.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's not a PRT car. Ryan? More information needed.
Please explain.
Is he running the wrong paint? Is it my fault?
I don't know.
Probably.
Probably get to the bottom of it though.
All right, Dave Clements, 0.7 of a second behind Craig Edwards. What's going on?
Pass done.
Not yet.
Oh, watch for a scurry. I reckon Dave might go for a bit of a dive. No.
No, things are lighting up. Dave's a calculated driver. Let's go back to Days of Thunder. Okay, you're either kamikaze or you're calculated. Dave, 100% calculated. He'll make that move when he makes that move, and it's 100% perfectly done.
Perfect.
All right, so that's my comments on Dave's driving. Sorry, Dave, if it's not anything like that.
Yeah, we can confirm that Grant is with Pulse Racing Team. That is just the wrong livery.
Is it?
Yep.
So am I going to get busted now, Ryan?
I think you will be.
Probably. He'd be like,
Bust
why
it.
didn't you run his right lane? And I was like, giving it props and stuff.
Yeah, busted. Down.
Yeah, probably. Let's look on the back of Craig Edwards' car as Dave Clements is on the back of him for the second time of this broadcast, like white on rice. Pity it's in a Ford.
I swear the BMW must be heavier than the Ford. Because it just looks heavy.
Just look at the size of the thing. It'll eat like a Z4 Beamer.
Yeah.
All right, I got to look. Just got to jump back to GT3s for the moment. As Grant Matterford, as I was saying, for the PRT Pulse Racing Team is running the wrong paint, but he's really closing into the back of Kobe Jones at the moment. So I think he's going to be pushing a 110% to try and get that spot, because that'll be P3 in the GT3s. Now say that in a hurry. That was classic. All right, now let's jump back to the fight that we're watching. That's Dave Clements' fight on the back of Craig Edwards. I was about to say Craig David. That'd be a bit weird.
Yeah, very weird.
7 days. I'm showing my age now.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen 7 days. Well, I'm 20, so...
Oh, you're only young, so you only had your 20th birthday the other week.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Still young, naive.
Yeah! Young, naive, and pretty old school.
Pretty old school. Alright,
yeah.
While we're talking, Mitchell Wiley is closing the gap. I'm just watching the timing screen, I don't know what's going on. He's closing the gap on the back of Nathan Huppets.
In another BMW.
Again, let's go on with a driver view. Look at him, not even moving his hands. Straight as.
Straight as. But I find there's a little problem with the BMW I'm looking at. The only problem is it's too small. It just needs to be a few times bigger.
Few times bigger?
Yeah, like
no,
enough.
This is the thing, when you ride on board, okay, and you ride on board, I've done this test as well, there's definitely going to show you the force feedback that I have as well, right? Because I've done it with my wheel. My wheel has a lot of force feedback, so it kicks the wheel a lot when you hit a curb. But for some reason, I never pick it up on anyone else's, so I think I'm running a bit too much force feedback than everyone else. Nathan Huppet's going back at him. Oh, these Beamers are really decimating the GT3 field at the moment, eh?
Yeah.
Ferrari's still winning, okay, but the battles are awesome between these BMW M8s. I think they're just too safe. I think the AMG and the GT3 was like a lounge chair and you're just running around a track. Like everyone that does a VLN and an AMG, you suck. But definitely got to give it out to the Beamers. But as we're talking down, as we're talking, the clock is winding down to the last 15 seconds. Here is the man himself, Chris Whitaker. Surprise, surprise, out front in the Ferrari. He will do one more lap if he crosses the line in time.
Okay, time's just run out on the screen there, so this will be his final lap.
This is the final lap. Chris is going to finish the winner by at least 5.7 seconds. Not only that, Tyler Blackburn's 0.8 behind his teammate, but I don't think there's going to be any change with that. I will watch the timing sheets because everyone will have that white flag on the screen. Nathan Huppets is probably going to be the closest one to watch. starting the next lap. Dave Clements makes a move.
Next lap, I think next lap for them, but this is the final lap. For,
Yeah, it's the
Chris
final lap for
Whittaker.
them, but he hasn't crossed the finish line yet, so they cross the finish line first. So
yeah, that'll be their final lap as they come around Parabolica for. I presume this will be the final time. We're about to see on the screen right there. Yep, lights ablaze. Round Parabolica, Chris Whittaker. That was a comfortable win.
The win.
Takes it out comfortably.
Yeah, I know, 5.6 seconds. But what I'm going to do is I'll go through Justin Wallace is in P2, Tyler Blackburn's in P3. But what
Race on
I'll
us 2-3.
watch... Yeah, you had to throw it out there. I'll just watch this whole Damien Clements fight because the gap is shortening. I think he's going to make a move or try to, hopefully, on the last lap because I don't want to miss any battles that's going on.
Mitch Wiley is holding him up. So this might be very close.
Not only that, you got to look behind them, the Hayden Benefield as well. So I've got to watch this fight as well. These two cars are going to make a lunge. So the Ford on your screen, if not the Ferrari at the back of it.
No, it looks like they're all.
No, they're going to finish exactly where they are.
Yep, no changes there.
And we'll go back to Scott Gamble and the GT3s. This is the closest battle there is. So everyone's pretty much going to go across the line nice and easy. I was hoping for a photo finish and I didn't get one. Usually it's a commentator's curse and you can probably get some racing. But congrats to the man himself, Chris Whittaker. Alright, while we're here, let's go through the GT3 results. Chris Whittaker takes out the win with Justin Wallace in second position, Tyler Blackburn in third, Craig Edwards in fourth, Philip Morton in fifth, Kenneth Ladder in sixth, Paul Wood in seventh, Mitchell Wiley in eighth, Dave Clements in ninth, Nathan Huppert's in 10th. Mad drive from them boys tonight. Mitchell Wiley, Dave and Nathan. Awesome watching them boys tonight. Hayden Benefield, not excluding him either. In 11th, Stephen Lattimore in 12th. Matt Kidd in 13th. Jason Cozy in 14th. Dean Ross, obviously 24th, 27th, 29th, 30th. They're all dropped down the pack and they are DNFs. Let's go to the GT3 results tonight. Wayne Hewitt out of first. Kobe Jones out of second. Mate, massive fight between these boys. All night, it was massive. Like how the accidents happened or whatever happened there where the internet had its little crack. But Kobe, absolutely understatement. I know Chris won it in the GTEs. I've got to give it out to Kobe. Mad racing tonight, man. It was #1 in my book. Grant Manafort out of third. Scott Gamble out of fourth. Simon Ladd out of fifth. Again, holding out to the last minute for the pit stop. Tyler Bowen, 6th. Mark Dial, 7th. Bradley Saunders out of 8th. Cameron Pryor, 9th. Again, good battles between them as well. 10th, Andrew Lang, that was a DNF, unfortunately. And then Ben Arthur, Jesse Varley, that had that major smash. And Sean Thompson, minus 52. Did he even run a lap? No.
No, I think he may have been race.
All right, so
look, might have been race control. Don't know.
I don't know. Is he in there? But look, got to give a shout out, man, from Steve at Podium Broadcasting. Got to give a shout out to the AMF GT Dev Series, Ryan, Justin, all the boys that behind the scenes, that what they do for this race. It's not just a race; it's a full-time job, basically. The amount of time and the effort that these guys put into them, it is amazing that what comes out of it. And not only that, Dave Clements at RMS. Thanks for doing all the software and all the stuff for us. It has been awesome to have RMS involved in what we do. And if you hear me say the sponsors, RMS is the one-stop shop for all your iRacing software needs. And trust me, that is true. If you need anything for iRacing, anything for screens, anything for custom wheels, bottom boxes, anything to do with... I was just trying to spit it out. anything to do with button boxes, anything that you've got iFlags similar type to, anything like that, RMS is the way to go. The software is always going to be there for you.
So, let's get in our overall race winners, shall we?
You got to try and say that in a quick, Isaac. You've really got to try that. What I just said.
Yeah.
That was just crazy mad. Like, not to stuff up that. I invite anyone else that wants to come in the commentary booth. I swear to God, I will invite you in the commentary booth so we can have 3. Any race you want. We broadcast not only Sundays for the AMF, we broadcast on Mondays for the AMF. We broadcast on Wednesdays is dirt. Thursdays is V8s. And we'll see what else comes out for the end of that. So, if you want to come in the commentary box, hit us up, man. You're more than welcome. So, look, we've got a few boys sitting in the waiting room for us at the moment. So, let's go from 3rd to 1st. What do you reckon, Isaac?
Yep.
We've got to go 3rd to 1st. And will we go GT3 first, or will we go GTE first?
Oh.
Let's go GT3 first.
Yeah, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's do GT3.
Let's grab in Grant Matterford.
Let's bring Grant in.
Grant, how you going, mate?
Good, guys. How's it going there?
It's pretty full on tonight.
Yeah, it was a good race.
It was actually until the last 15 minutes. It got kind of boring, and we just had to talk crap all day.
Well, it was the opposite for me. I reckon I was just in a practice session until the last 15. Then it all heated up when battling with Kobe and Scott there at the end.
Yeah, I kind of got the gist of what was going on. Kobe had a smash or something, and he's all kind of bunched up, and then there's something going on there.
Yeah, I think he got caught up in this, and all of a sudden he was behind us. And
yeah, no, you did a good ride tonight, and even that, I was focusing on your car for a bit, saying how lovely your paint was, but even though you're running the wrong paint, and that was my fault, because you're a Pulse Racing team, aren't you?
Yeah, run my first season for them, so yeah, I'm pretty stoked with my first podium.
No worries. No, that is good. Eh? So, how many races have you done for Pulse in the AMF Dave series? First one.
This is just my second one. Yeah, just run this season.
No, that's awesome. So, how did you find the setup and how the car handled tonight?
Yeah, the BMW handles pretty well. I didn't have Kobe and Wayne's pace, but I settled into a rhythm, and it was just like doing practice laps for about an hour. But then like I said, it was pretty exciting and fun.
Well, obviously these Beamers got something to prove, because it was a 1, 2, 3 in the GT3 class tonight. So obviously the car's treating you as well, and you're doing good. And props to you for getting the bottom step the podium there, mate.
Yeah, thanks guys, appreciate it.
All right, so while you're in the commentary booth and you have an open mic, mate, give it a shout out to your sponsors, your team, or whoever you want to have a yell at.
Yeah, we got a lot of support with PRT, Arbicon, Australian Waterproof Company, Century Batteries, CM Security, and of course RMS. Dave's doing some amazing stuff for iRacing. And always thanks to you guys for not racing and doing what you do in the commentary.
Oh, thanks, man. We're devoted to the cause, but don't worry, I'll be out there soon.
I look forward to watching the stream, watching it back.
Oh, we try to cover as much, but I think you got some good airtime there, mate, and a good shot on your car, even though the paint wasn't the right one, so that's my fault, and I think Ryan's going to come and yell at me later for that one.
All good, all good.
All right, mate, cheers for joining us in the commentary box, man. Until next week, mate, congrats on the 3rd place.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
See ya.
All right, now we will move in Kobe Jones, Stella Drive in P2. Kobe, how you going, bud?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Mate, what a stellar drive from you, mate.
Yeah, it was... I was pretty confident coming into this race during practice, and then, I don't know, I just got caught up in a crash.
Yeah, we saw
that. At the Scary. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that, bro. Like, no joke. You're not my teammate. You're not in my team. We have no affiliation, but I'll tell you now, you won the Drivers' Award tonight, I'll tell you. Like, definitely how you were driving tonight was excellent. It was outstanding. So, nah, mate. How was the car? How did it handle?
Oh, the car was fantastic. It's pretty hard to make a mistake in this car, to be honest. Yeah, it just drives really well. Sticks to the road, and the power as well, like compared to the GTE cars, it actually keeps up with them. So trying to get them to pass us was a bit of a mission as well, going into the braking zones.
We did get a shot of that. We did have we were on board with Chris while you and Chris were going down the main straight, and I was trying to show the relative difference of speed between you and him, being a GTE leader, and you at the current time you were the GT3 leader. So we definitely tried to show that tonight, what the difference of the speed was. It's basically, you got to get him on the exit of corners.
Yeah.
And that's the difficulty of it, like when you race a multi-class, especially in this race.
Yeah, because they got like 60 horsepower extra, so you'd expect them to just breeze by you, but they don't. So you even catch up to them in the slipstream as well, so...
No, it's, honestly, mate, it was a good battle between you and Hewitt all night. It was. When everything got settled in at the start of the race, we tried to focus more on the GT3s a little bit more this broadcast, and you guys just absolutely outshined what was going on in the field. So, congrats on your P2, man. It was well deserved. You drove really well, and while you're in the commentary box, while you're on the broadcast, you're live, you have an open mic. Give a shout out to anyone or everyone.
Well, I'd like to thank my teammates at Shove. They pushed me pretty hard as well, and so does my dad. I was pretty confident coming into this, and they were just pushing me in practice. And I even had a fight with Wayne in qualifying, and they were saying, you got to get the fastest lap time, you have to beat him. And in the end, I did and then all race, they were pushing me to stay in front, fuel save, we were in a bit of a game, and then in the end, I got caught up in that crash, and managed to claw my way back to second in the end. So it was a good race by Wayne, and congrats to him in the end.
Nah, it was well done, mate. I'll tell you now, you gotta walk away from this race, especially with your head held high, mate. It was definitely an awesome run.
Right, thank you guys. Good race.
All right, thanks for joining us in the commentary booth. Until next time.
Thank you.
Alright, as we look into grabbing the next one, Wayne Hewitt, the man himself.
Wayne Hewitt.
Let's move him into the broadcast commentary. Hewitt, how you going?
Yeah, good.
How was that run for you, mate? You relieved now? You can take a side and nice breath?
Yeah, bit of a stress-free end, but yeah, bad luck to Kobe. It would have been a very tight finish. I think he still had it on me, but yeah, not the way to win one. But anyway, it happens. So just got to take them when they come.
I don't think, like, I just no joke. Go watch the commentary. I did give him props. He did drive well, but I'm sorry, Wayne. You cannot discount yourself on how you handled the pressure. You did exceptionally well, mate. You were cat and mouse all race, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, yep. No, the first half was good. So obviously it was fuel saving. I was letting him have that bit, and I thought, right, time for you to have a go at the front. But he didn't want to play the game, so had to feign a bit of an incident so as he didn't have a choice to get past. But then pitted early, probably about 3 laps too early. I buggered up my strategy. So ended up having to take a splash of fuel at the second stop. That's how he got past me in that second stop.
We were, no joke, we were absolutely watching you guys in the pits. So the camera was focused when you both were in the pits to see who would pull out first, and he was in the pit bay in front of you.
Yep. Yeah, I knew he'd get me, so but then I was just hoping it wasn't too far and hoped that the traffic could play a part, but it wasn't really looking like it was going to, but eventually, yeah, had that incident and threw a scary, and yeah, when I come around the corner, I sort of picked a spot to go, and then all of a sudden the car ended up where I wanted to go, so had to make that very evasive left-hand move to try and avoid him, so, and thankfully did.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. We actually had like an internet NBN glitch at the same time as that happened. So we were trying to catch the tail end of it and trying to get replays of it, but for some reason, yeah, we saw the tail end of that accident and we knew something went down there, and it didn't work out too well for all of you.
No. So I was best out of it at least, so I managed to avoid it. So
Yeah, well, that's it. Look, you can't discount your drive tonight. It was exceptionally driving. You had a lead, and Kobe closed it a bit, and he sat there and waited for so many chances that you never gave him.
Yep.
So
that was good. Good
your
fun.
heart rate would have been through the roof all race.
Yeah. No, it was good to finish it with a bit of relaxed driving at the end there, because I can't remember what it was that were in front of us. We were both starting to think, oh, geez, I hope these two guys haven't made their second stop yet. So, and the laps were counting down, but yeah, thankfully they both ended up hitting. So.
Well, you had a good 13-second lead at the end.
Yeah, it was pretty good at the end. So, very happy.
All right, I just got to say something. Oliver Fullerton in the YouTube chat just wrote out Wayne Hewitt, my hero.
Well, now I'm going to have to give his company a plug. Munchie's Pet Products and Select Maintenance on the Gold Coast. If you need anything for your dog or anything for your house, go and see those guys on the Gold Coast. There you go.
I just saw that come up on chat. I was like, nah. While he's in here, I'm just going to put him on the spot, mate. Well, all right, while you got an open mic, give a shout out to all your teammates or your sponsors or whatever you want to say or whatever you want.
Yeah, well, righto. So obviously Munchie's Pet Products, Select Maintenance, Red Pepper Racing Crew, Tyrula, and my own, which is Riverina Technology.
No worries, mate. Congrats on your top step podium tonight. What a hell of a drive. Your heart rate would be through the roof.
Yep.
And we'll see you back next week.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
No worries, mate. You have a good one. What a mad race we had.
Yeah, we had.
All right, so let's do it. Let's bring in Tyler, and because he's your teammate, you can interview.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
Tyler, how you going, buddy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Your teammate Isaac here is going to interview you.
Oh. Sweet.
Put the hard questions to him.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it was good. It looked like a pretty good race between you and Justin. I'm just wondering on top of my head, was there any team orders?
There was no team orders.
Thank God.
Yeah, we were going as hard as. At the start, I tried to see if he could go a bit quicker, so we weren't holding each other up. But after that, there was no team orders at all.
Okay. Good. So it was a bit of a decent battle between you and the FT1 guys. It's great to see Race on Oz finish second and third on the podium. So that will surely be a morale booster, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a good battle between a few of us. It was unlucky for Phil to get caught up in his incident. I heard it was three laps in a row he got caught up.
Yeah.
But it's good for me and Justin to both get up on the podium. And the rest of the team had pretty good pace as well. Steve should have been up there as well as Ryan.
Yeah, they both got involved in their own tangle there.
Yeah, someone's going to get busted for that one.
Yeah, that'll be you, Steve. Yeah, Steve called out there might be an incident, and all of a sudden, like a second later, boom, it happens. I'm just...
that's the commentator's curse right there, Steve.
Yeah.
I was touching wood the whole time.
You're probably touching it hard enough.
Yeah, no joking. All right, mate. Tyler, you're racing Oz boy. Justin Wallace was as well. You did a wicked race tonight. Were you sick of seeing the back end of that Porsche by the end of it?
Yeah, I would have liked to be in front, but no, he did a good job. So yeah, well.
Yeah, because we saw at one point we were talking about you boys, and he's running, lap for lap, as I'd say. But you got through at one point, and it looked like you were going to pull away from him and stuff like that. But yeah, after the pit stops, you were back in the position you were, and that's where it ended.
Yeah. Well, in that last pit stop, I accidentally took one tire. So that put me back from that battle with Chris, and back into the battle with Justin. So, oh well, won't make that mistake.
That's it. All right, mate. You're in the commentary booth. You have the open mic. By all means, give a shout out to your team and your sponsors.
Yeah, sweet. So shout out to the whole team, doing a good job all weekend. Shout out to Harvey Bay Autoglass, main sponsor, Pagnian Imports, Selby Acoustics, The Gamesman, Ignition, High Tech Oils, and Turtle Beach, the sponsors of the Race on Oz page. And that's it.
Cool, mate.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well,
Cool.
until next week, man, congrats on your podium, and we will see you back here next weekend.
Thanks. Hope to be back here.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, Isaac would say that.
Yeah.
All right, let's grab Justin Wallace in here.
Yeah, my turn again.
Justin, how you going? Welcome to the commentary booth.
Hey, how you going?
Not too bad. Isaac's going to be interviewing you tonight because he's your teammate.
Excellent.
He's my teammate. So I'm just looking here. Justin, this is your second time racing an AMF GT Def Series. I think this is the second time we've raced on Oz, and both those times you've actually finished a consecutive second. So that's 2 in a row.
Yeah, it was a really cool race. I'm stoked to be on the podium.
Yeah, it was a really entertaining first half of the race. If I'm going to be pretty exact here, well, I was talking to Tyler earlier, and he said that there were no team orders between you and him. You just went out to the very end. But yeah, pretty good result there for Race on Oz boys, second and third. Got to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that was real good. We'll racing pretty hard, and the plan was to keep it, I suppose, safe to start off with, just to make it through that first corner without hitting each other because we're pretty close.
Yeah, right.
Then go from there, and then I came out in front of him in the pits, which I was surprised at because I was a bit behind him, and then not sure what happened there. And then towards the end, I was just pushing as hard as I could to hold that little gap, and he was catching me, and then I saw him go a little wide a couple of times, and so it's good to race him and get a double podium.
Yeah, that's pretty good to hear. Got any shout outs to anyone from the team and any sponsors?
Oh yeah, just thanks to Steve and for letting me come on board. And yeah, it's pretty new to the team, so
all the sponsors
that
Tyler
cool.
just said.
Yeah, it was Tyler's sponsors.
Whoever Tyler just said. Oh, double up on that. Racing Oz, that's all right, mate. Hayden Veld is in the YouTube chat screaming out, go the Roos and stuff like that. So, yeah, good on it. Good on the team to back you all, and you have a really good influence on the AMF Dev Series, man. So, congrats on your podium again, Justin, and we'll see you back here next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
See ya.
All right, last but not least, let's bring in the man himself, the winner of all, Chris Whitaker. Chris, how you going, buddy?
Yeah, good, guys. How are you?
Well, you're back here again, bud. What's going on?
Becoming a bit of a habit, isn't it?
It is. FT1. Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, I got a bit lucky in that one, I think, mate. I got very lucky there.
No, I don't know, man. It was a pretty stellar drive, mate. You had that pretty down, nice cruisy drive for you by the looks of things.
Yeah, towards the end, I know Phil pretty well, to be honest, had that wrapped up. He brought me into the race, so obviously at the start there we got away and managed to save a fair bit of fuel, which was good, and then I went a pretty aggressive stop thinking that Tyler might try to jump us in the pits, but yeah, unfortunately on pit entry Phil picked up a speeding penalty, so it was 15 seconds on standstill and then picked up a slowdown, and not sure you saw on the broadcast, but got caught up coming into a scurry with a GT3 car there, and unfortunately the rest is history. So yeah, but aside from that, it wasn't too bad of a race. From there it was basically just managing the gap, just drive to the number and do my own thing. That's basically it. So it went well.
Well, you're not, you're not, how will we say, unknown in the commentary booth here, Chris. You are, you got to give props to yourself for the drive that you do, the endurance drives as well. that you can sit down there and drive corner per corner, and you do it well, lap after lap after lap, as you see your lap times. That has got to pay dividends in what you do. You've been in this commentary booth, I think, more than anyone else. So
Yeah.
you got to give yourself a little bit of credit there, mate.
I don't think I've quite got the outright pace of a few of the other fellows, but yeah, I think the consistency is what sort of keeps us up here, which is good.
Well, that's it, mate. You've got an open mic. You've won the top step of the podium again. So, by all means, give a shout out to all your teammates, sponsors, anything you want, mate. Go for it.
No worries. Well, as I said just before, I do really need to thank Phil for this one. The start there, he did roll out of the throttle a couple of times to let me back into the tow. So that sort of race up for me. So thank you to Phil. Thanks to again all the AMF support crew and the likes, all the guys behind the scenes who allowed the event to run, broadcast team, all the other drivers, everyone who's involved with it. It's as I say every time, great series. It's just a good fun drive every week. So to FT1, to our supporting partners, Demon Tweaks, SimSpeed, HRS, SRC, RMS, I remembered off the cuff this time. Thanks to all our supporting partners for their support. Yeah, same time next week. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Well, congrats on the podium, mate, once again, and thank you for joining us in the commentary booth. It is more than a pleasure to have you in here, and great drive, mate. So we'll see what happens next week, eh?
That's it. Exactly right. No worries, boys.
Have a good one, mate.
Enjoy your week. Cheers.
Alright, Isaac, as we wind down to another end of another broadcast we've done together, I got to thank you for jumping in the commentary booth with me. It has been amazing. Thanks for the AMF GT Dev Series guys, all the guys behind the scenes that make this happen. It doesn't happen overnight, it does happen. Every one of the sponsors, RMS, Dave, for his time that he puts in behind the scenes of writing code for everyone to enjoy what we can bring to you. Yeah, cheers to everyone that brings us a part of it. So yeah, until next time. And what have we got next time, Isaac? We've got Monday nights AMF,
the Monday night AMF series.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I think we'll have to have a chat to Justin about that. We got to give it a name. I think it's like mixed racing or something. I think.
Yeah, I think the Monday mixed.
I don't know. Let's have a squeeze through here. Let's see if it's called anything. It's just AMF Monday nights. I think he has to give it a name so we don't sound stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So we broadcast on Sunday nights. We do the AMF GT Dev Series. We have 3 endurance races over the 10-week period. Then we have the 13-week special event. That's 3 classes. Then not only that, Monday nights we broadcast now as of tomorrow. And then we have Wednesdays, we have Dirt, we have the Simfinity late models through Pace Syndicate events, and then we have Thursday nights, there's the Pace Syndicate events, Simfinity V8 heat rounds. So by all means, look for us on Facebook. Not only that, look for Aussie Mixed and Fixed on Facebook as well. Get involved. Come and help out. If not, jump in the commentary booth with us. More than happy to have you. Until then, take it easy. You know, keep the shiny side up. And we'll see you in the races.
See you later.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks. Fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
safety car, safety car, safety car. Slow down, single file guys, single file, safety car, safety car.